When Dr. Mike Jackson was hired to teach biology at Patrick Henry College last year, Academic Dean Mark Mitchell was already considering him for a leadership position in the Applied Liberal Arts Department.
He mentioned that as a possibility back when I was interviewing, that they were looking for somebody to potentially fill this role. But obviously it wasn't going to be a right-away thing. Let's get to the college and make sure that everything's working out and going smoothly.
3 weeks ago, Dr. Mark Mitchell, PHC's academic dean, officially announced Dr. Jackson's promotion and encouraged students to congratulate him.
I kind of assumed that he would do whatever the school needed him to do when we moved out here. He's an amazing man. I'm so blessed to have him as my father.
Dr. Les Lillers, the associate academic dean and PHC's journalism professor, began mentoring Dr. Jackson soon after he was hired.
He's one of the more experienced faculty members here, and from my time with him, he was very good at it and just knew both the relational side of the work as well as the institutional side. So,
while Dr. Jackson was building a curriculum and finding the most effective ways to test for knowledge, his family was moving from Washington State to Virginia.
My parents basically said, hey, Patrick Henry has reached out to your dad, asked him if he would be willing to apply for biology professor. He has. He's going out for an interview shortly after you leave. How would you feel if we chased you across the country?
Would really love to be in a place where having a car is not a constraint for students to come over and do things at our place. And weren't able to find a place that's quite within walking distance, but it is a very short drive. So hoping it's not too much of a barrier to students to come over regularly.
With the EBA, journalism, and science majors all growing, Dr. Jackson hopes to strengthen the ALA department as a whole.
My two main goals are, first off, to make sure that the department is meeting the needs of our students and fulfilling their interests, those that want to go into these programs, building them up to where they need to be, and then to be supporting and equipping our faculty to make sure that they are free and available to spend as much time teaching and working with our students and as little as possible having to deal with administrative tasks and responsibilities, and make sure they have a voice and a place that they can be contributing to the broader life and direction of the college outside of the individual classes they're teaching. The PhD model, we sort of have the classical liberal arts, which are the well-rounded, how to think well, how to express yourself well, having knowledge across a number of domains that can be applied in a lot of different directions. The applied liberal arts take some of that as foundational and then teaches over the course of the education how to apply those specifically to different disciplines. No matter what you do, having some knowledge of the way the world actually works is important, because it's very easy to sit in an ivory tower and come up with theories about how we should structure society or order our governments, and many of those are going to collapse once they come in contact with the real world if you don't actually understand how it works. So knowledge of the sciences is valuable for anybody. So how am I feeling about the new position? I am excited about it. I think there's an opportunity to help lead this department.